Hello, and welcome to today's SAP Business One video. Today I'm going to do an overview of a procurement to pay process within the system. And basically I want to show you how efficient and easy it is to do from the AP side of business. So if we look here, I'm logged in into my purchasing cockpit as a purchasing manager within the system. And there's many charts and graphs that I can see here, but the main thing I want to point out is the purchasing workbench that shows the document flow from a purchase request all the way. If I wanted to go to an outgoing payment, I certainly can do that. So now, using the workbench, I'm going to show you how easy it is to apply a procurement to pay and that how simple the process is. So first, I'm going to click on purchase request. It pops up in add mode. So from here, I can apply the item. Maybe I want to use, I need to buy more of my EG item here. I also have an applied vendor for the specific item already, so it populates my vendor information. And let's say I want to buy 450 more of these. So when I'm ready to apply the purchase request, I can go ahead and click Add. Now you can see, and this is a great step that I wanted to show you, that it shows a red error message saying specify the required date. So sometimes users move fast in the system. It's natural with day-to-day, everyday, today busy life. So I'm going to apply my required date here for the 25th. Then it's going to make sure I update it to all existing rows. And then now I can add my purchase request. From here, I can use my navigation arrows and pull up the previous purchase request and use the copy to functionality. So from here, I can copy it to a purchase quotation or another purchase quotation or a purchase order. So I'm going to pull it for a purchase order. And now I'm ready to go. So I'm going to type in my vendor information that I'm going to buy it from, which is my Acme Associates. I click yes. It updates that information. It has my item that I want to purchase it for, the BP catalog number it's associated to, and the total quantity. You can see it populates price with tax here too. Another thing is if there is minimum stock or any other, maybe like a credit or commitment limit, you can set up alerts in the system and it will update you from that standpoint. Once I'm ready to add this purchase order, I click add. Green light means go, and I can pull it using my navigation arrows. And from here, I can copy this purchase order to a goods receipt or an invoice, a down payment, or a reserve invoice. But I want to receive the items that I purchased from my vendor, so I'm going to copy this to a goods receipt. It populates the goods receipt, and I can edit again this information. And what's nice on the back end of Business One is it's tracking all of the financial GL accounts and cost of goods sold from a financial standpoint on journal entries in the back end. And we'll take a look at that here in a second. So I'm going to add my goods receipt. I'm going to click yes. And now it brings those items into inventory. From there, I can do with the copy to functionality, I can do a goods return and return those items. Maybe there were damaged goods that need to be fixed. So that's a nice feature within the system. If I need authorization, I can do a goods return request to get it approved by my managers, or I can copy it to an AP invoice. So let's copy it to an AP invoice here. And now with the AP invoice, I'm ready to send my outgoing payment to my vendor. So I'm going to apply my outgoing payment by clicking on the payment means. And just similar to the sales AR side with payment means, you can do it by check, you can do it by bank transfer. If it has credit card information from the specific vendor on file, it'll populate that, or you can do it with cash. I'm going to select the GL account that I want to populate my cash from to send to my vendor. I'm going to do my total balance here. By just clicking Control V, it'll do the full total balance, and I can click OK, and it applies an outgoing payment. Below here on the remarks, you can see that it shows what it's based off of. So we started with a purchase request, copied it to a purchase order, copied that to a goods receipt, and populated that to a purchase order. So now I'm going to add this invoice, a final checks and balance, and we just did a simple procurement to pay right there. I'm going to pull up my previous invoice, and as I mentioned, it does the journal entries for you on the back end. So if I right click and do journal entry, I can see all the movements from my specific vendor to the GL accounts used for the system. And if I need to view more about the GL account information, if I click on my drill into arrow, it can take me to my chart of accounts to view more information. So again, very easy to navigate in the system too. And another powerful tool is the relationship map. So I can right click and click on relationship map, and I can see the full document flow. And since we're highlighted on the AP invoice, it's right now in gold, but I can view that we started out with a purchase request, that we created a purchase order. From there, we did a goods receipt and an outgoing payment. If I need to view the purchase order information, I can double click and it'll populate the purchase order document. And if I wanted to see posting accounts, I can certainly do posting details, and it'll show me the total internal reconciliations applied to the journal entry for this AP invoice. If I need to view the journal entry, I can certainly do that as well. As well, if I need to manage the internal reconciliations, I can rebalance everything if I need to. So again, it's a very efficient tool. It's very easy to do a procurement to pay in the system. And that concludes my video. Thank you for listening.